Can I make my own category wrap up things of who's the most handsome? I would have to go. I think that David Muir tonight looked. He looked like he looked like a if Adrian Brody was in the mafia and he was a made man. That's what David Muir looked like. He
does look a little like Adrian Brody.
Minus
He's more
the
handsome.
nose.
Yeah.
If Adrian Brody was like a made man in the mafia, right?
And had a third of the nose.
Yeah, instead of what.
I kind of like Adrian Brody's big nose.
Yeah, no, it gives him character. I got
does,
nothing.
yeah.
I would say I have big parts of my body. So I'm not trying to hate on the guy.
Give us a break.
Let me get the paper towel. Hang on, let me get the paper towel.
Okay, look, overall, I agree. David Muir was handsome.
Yes, so
He was
good
a
looking.
delightful-looking guy tonight. But I mean,
Look at the progressives. We've moved on to overly sexualizing the male moderators of debate.
That's what happens when feminists walk in and we just
Exactly.
like
It's just
pussify
me.
men.
that's right,
Yeah.
beta males all around here.
Yeah.
But let's go back to talking about David Muir's body.
Yeah, I have a really interesting
I'd
fact.
like to see it. You can't really see it
Well,
there.
when he stood up at the end, perfectly
svelte.
svelte.
Well, also at the
Svelte.
beginning, the way he stood, he didn't just stand with his legs. He stood one in front, one in the back, so he gave you kind of like I'm a tough.
Oh, by the way, I actually did want to talk. Believe it or
Did
not,
you notice how he
I
stood?
swear I wanted to talk about that because he does it on purpose.
Of course, he does
Okay.
everything on purpose.
Of course, that's the reason we're talking about it.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Let's
I
not
think
this
this notion
notion
does
that
not
Benny
intend
doesn't know what he's doing is ridiculous. He knows exactly what he's doing in that debate, and he's been trying to do it to this debate since they started. And they'll do it in the next debate if we don't stand up right now.
So they showed a promo in the middle for ABC for David Muir on ABC News in the middle of the debate, and every shot of David Muir was like.
Yes.
Right? And he would stand with one foot
foot-
forward
yes.
because it makes him look stronger. Like,
Yes, it does.
even when he was kneeling, one foot was forward. Like,
Yes, he
right?
It's like Captain Morgan. a little bit.
knelt at an angle.
Yeah. And so it's a cartoon of a news anchor.
Anchor.
I love
Yeah.
it. It reminds me of Anchorman, like when they did
Yeah.
like pictures, or no, it was like the opening to their news show, and they're like,
They're, like jockeying
That's
for
right.
position. Yeah.
So finally, I think the real debate tonight, I think Jimmy's absolutely right. Is David Muir the most handsome man in America?
the most handsome man in news, certainly. Most handsome man in America, I think it's still an open question.
Okay, I hear you.
He's no Wolf Blitzer.
Did he intend to be this handsome?
He is the George Clooney of debate moderators.
Yeah. No, I think we could all agree on that.
Yeah.
Finally, we have agreement. Man, that guy's good looking.